Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 2. I'm joined by... which order shall I do this in now? I'm joined by Josh.
Hello.
Joe.
Hello.
Big Beard Ben.
Yoo-hoo!
Male Model Martin.
Hey there.
Little Beard Ben.
Hi.
I've worked out Discord's algorithm. Facial hair. Facial hair has to go in the top row.
No, it switched you and Ben on mine, so Big Beard Ben's. On mine, it's organised in circus owl along the bottom and then new along the top.
Oh, okay. But on the official video, it's beards at the beards are tops. What can I say?
Standard.
One of us grow a beard, and another one shave it off to test that theory.
I'm not taking mine off.
It could take me a while to grow.
It would take me forever.
Technology would have changed by the time it happens. Anyway, okay, yeah. So
It would
season
take
2.
me about an hour.
Season 2.
To shave it off, yeah.
What we don't know is that Ben shaved when he got back from work.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, hope you enjoyed season 1, episode 1, season 1. You guys have spent those 3 months in Skullport. It is now the 10th day, the 20th of Nightall, the drawing down, which is also the winter solstice in Faerun. In Del Reckoning 1492, the year of 3 ships. And it's 461 for those of you that track the calendar in the newfangled North Reckoning. You guys don't know that, actually, as it happens.
Yeah.
Because you're in Skullport, and you haven't really got a clue what's happening, what the weather is, how long it's been, keeping track of things like that. But you have all had 3 months of various experiences, and you now kind of think, is it time to get out there? Do we want to go and get Sangle or some nutmeg? Do we want to go and find some drow to buy some kind of like black smoke powder from? Do we want to go and steal an Archdruid's wand? Do we want to do the other quests that I've given you that I can't remember because I haven't immediately done?
Yeah, definitely the goblin market.
Okay.
Definitely nothing that lets me kill stuff.
I think you said goblin smoke powder was just as good as gnome smoke powder.
Air quotes.
Yeah, you can try that. You can give it a go.
I have to slay a god.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
Spoilers. None of us know that yet.
I'll have told you.
And what about in-game, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know that you're on the 3rd level of Undermountain, and you kind of know that to get to wherever you need to get to, wherever that might be, you're going to have to head out through the 3rd level of Undermountain to find a set of stairs, a magical gate, that kind of shenaniganization to allow you to get up to whatever your goals are. So you're all hanging in the hanging mask. It's kind of like, rocking gently from side to side. Torquil has said, if the hanging mask is rocking, don't come knocking. As he says, with his
So
lady
never
friend.
come knocking.
Yeah.
No wonder no one sort of joined his congregation.
Yeah, Ticky Bobs and Grillpot are kind of out. Actually, they're out drinking in one of the taverns. So you kind of got the common room kind of to yourself to discuss what you want to do. So we'll pick up the session there.
Come on then, guys. What are we doing? I'm getting antsy. We've been hanging around here for too long.
What was our mission given Aldred from the wax staff?
So Aldred just kind of looks up from his books and goes, I do need to head to the Goblin Markets to send a message back to Waterdeep. I
Can you
believe
ask
that's
her
on.
for when you're sending this message back? Can you ask us for all the money she got off us that she never returned? You know, like when we got arrested.
Not all of us got arrested.
You know, when some of us got arrested by sticking to the plan that some of the other of us have made.
I could try, but I don't think that would work.
I assume
it's
that
if
money
it's
was
any
used
consolation-
to bargain your release, I imagine.
If it's
What
any
fucking release?
consolation,
You broke us out.
Well, broke you out.
There was a lot of breaking from
there
that
was a lot of
Thunderwave.
breaking.
Well, I blame Ode for that.
Yeah.
No, I'm thanking her. Got us out.
Well, I'm up
I
for
was
finding.
like a toothpick, and it says like,
I was like, yeah, what do you expect?
I did my job.
At
Bloody
any
good
rate,
jailbreak too.
questionable jailbreak. Questionable jailbreak at
You
best.
can question that jailbreak all you like, Aldred, but that was the best damn jailbreak you ever gonna get.
I'll say a lot about Ode.
I certainly hope not.
I'll say a lot about Ode, but he certainly broke that jail.
Exactly.
Anyway, I do need to head to the Goblin Market. I believe it's on the second level.
Do you know the way?
So is that upwards?
No, in some fashion, yes.
Which answer was that an answer to? Is it upwards in some fashion, or do you know the way?
Both. You do know that you do know that Undermountain does churn and change shape.
Nope.
It does. It's not a place that can be mapped.
Seems like a convenient excuse for someone who doesn't know the way.
So how do you know it's on the second level if it moves up and down?
No, just the terrain. Well, generally, settlements don't move. I'm not aware of settlements moving yet.
I don't feel like I'm moving up and down.
Nah, you need to get out more, mate.
We're definitely moving side to side.
I feel like I'm stuck in the spot.
Yeah, this ship is a bit unstable.
This ship is exactly as it's meant to be. You calm down, Fenn.
Unstable. It's meant to be unstable.
So yeah, I'll relay whatever directions I got when I queried about getting to the second level and whatever those are.
Go to the third level, find the way to get to the second level, and
Cool.
head that way.
So-
you're relying upon directions from Grillpot and Tiki Bob's.
So-
you want to go out, right? You
So
know,
Skullport's on the
onto the third level, right? And then find your way to the second level, and like up or down.
So-
Depends which way Undermountains, because it moves, you see. That's what you said, isn't it? Yeah? Do you remember? Cheers.
Is it likely to be signposted? How will we know we're on the second and not the fourth?
Because you've gone up a level.
Yeah.
I
But
half
we might have
expect you
gone
to end up going Mexican with one of these goblins.
Yeah, I think when we find goblins, we know what they are.
Flee to Tiana.
Yeah, well, there's supposed to be goblins and drow fighting, so that should be a good indicator of being on the second level.
What, each other?
No,
At the
okay.
market?
So correct. You know that the Hobgoblin versus the Drow is on the third level.
Oh,
Are we on the third level now?
You are on
Skullport.
the
Yeah.
third level, yeah.
Okay.
So I think some of you even know the names. I'm just going to have a quick look. So Zerelda, you know that the level below is aquatic, and then there's a wood level, because that was kind of like your kind of vision. We also know Drow Talk Jive.
yeah.
And
Shit.
the God of Crypto is on the level below, Fenn. You kind of know
That's
that as well.
Four off, yeah.
Yeah, the four.
Ah,
That's fun. Oh, I'm giving up.
Yep, so Iggy, you know from Pertag that the Xanathar's Guild are building weapons up for a push against the Zents, and there's also talk of the Xanathar's Guild pushing against Azrok's Hold, which is in level 3 of Undermountain, to try to stop the Drow taking over that area. And Azrok is a Hobgoblin Warlord.
So a few of us have business on the 3rd level, and I have business on the 4th level.
Oh no, I just know that. I haven't got business to do anything with it.
He wants to kill stuff.
Ode, you've got that letter of commission allowing the purchase of a barrel of smoke barrier from the Drow of House Alvrindar for the arranged price. That's all it says, but you don't know whereabouts that house may or may not be.
Yep.
So is my quest on the 5th level?
Yeah.
Sounds extraordinarily dangerous.
How many levels are there?
Don't know.
Like, a lot.
We're just trying to gauge like if whether 5 is the maximum danger or whether there's significantly more levels of danger.
You'll all know that Undermountain is renowned to have very many levels. 10, 20, 109, a million, 1,000 million, a million thousand. Is that the same as 1,000 million, Paul? I don't know. Whatever you want, Kenny.
So the 6th level is God level.
If you want.
God level.
Yeah, call it God level.
Which level's your Ukatoa on?
My Katoa, I've got to slay the god of the Katoa on the 4th level.
Or on the 4th level.
I imagine if I say I've got to slay a god, like, your weapon would twitch slightly, Iggy. Oh, god slaying.
While we've been walking around, I've just been summoning it and unsummoning it in agitation.
As his weapon twitches, as does his glaive.
And it is a weapon. You all saw it in that mirror room.
Iggy, I'm just glad you're pleased to see me again.
Always, darling.
Can
As long as you don't become a nun.
Ben, if you'd said that to Rebecca, she'd be coming around your house now. Calling her darling was not something that you did.
I'm just going to use the guidance country.
So I think we need to find the goblins first. The goblin market, possibly.
So,
Did you get any more leads on your dad, Aldred?
I did actually. He's gone gallivanting off with something regarding a fey creature, the Queen of the Masquerade.
Yeah.
No.
Your mum won't be happy.
I'm sure it's not that kind of gallivanting.
Yeah, is that what the mind flayer was doing?
So yeah, is Torquil about?
He's with his lady friend. So are you going to cast guidance, the cantrip?
Oh, just to help Iggy with his issues.
Oh, okay.
don't you worry, I know where to put this. I don't need no guiding.
Abusing cantrips for flirtatious purposes.
Okay.
Isn't that what they're made for? Don't make me get my mage hand out.
Oh, this getting rapidly descended. Okay, so what's the plan, guys?
We'll need to go ask how to move up a level.
Right, what you want to do is you want to go out into that 3rd level, find a door, some steps or something, go up. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That was
So
the other one.
if we go out,
yeah,
to the 2nd level,
it's a bad
3rd
level.
level,
They came to the village.
and then
They're talking undercommon now.
if we go out into the 3rd level,
Oh, see, yeah, see,
if we end up going up and we find a market, great, we do the goblin stuff. If we end up going down, then we do that stuff.
Yeah, see, some bandidos, gringo.
I'm more worried about how we work out how we get back.
The tradition is to leave breadcrumbs.
As long as we return fast enough, the The terrain shouldn't have changed substantially.
So we need to find a baker's, and then we need to get into the 3rd level.
We're already in the 3rd level.
No, we're in Skullport. We need to get into the 3rd level.
Oh.
Yeah, so there'll be a tunnel or a door somewhere.
So are we
Skullport.
3rd
We're at
level
the bakers.
adjacent?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So Skullport is where the river Sargouth kind of like chucks out towards the sea, and the river Sargouth is one of the prominent features of the 3rd level of Undermountain.
So we just got to follow the river.
Okay, so you've all kind of got various contacts around Skullport now, and the general kind of like talk in the town is that there are 3 main routes out from Skullport into Undermountain proper. There's a couple of tunnels, and then there is the river. The river is possibly you're going against the flow, possibly the quickest or the kind of like most obvious route, but that tends to attract a lot of attention and kind of like creatures and whatnot.
How about the river?
around it.
I am not getting on that river. No way.
Per tag, I will say to you, Iggy, that he would recommend taking the north path, and he expects that would be the one that would take you to closest to Azrok's hold.
I have to agree with my half-elf associate.
Well, thank you, Ode.
Yes, I'd rather not spend any more time on a boat than I have to again.
I'd rather not drown.
Well,
The real
No,
druid
not-
says
not
what you
wrong.
want to do is you want to lash 2 boats together, right?
Oh man.
north path to Azrok then. So presumably south path to something else.
He doesn't know. Pertag doesn't know where the south path goes. He knows it'll chuck out somewhere within Undermountain.
I thought we'd check the north
Should we-
path.
Is that the one
Yes.
where we at least know where we're going to end up?
Let's vote that.
Well,
Okay.
gracias for your help.
Si, senorita. Okay, so do you guys want to buy any kit, any equipment? How many days rations are you taking?
Oh, that's
Etc.
very good point.
How many days ration should we take?
I'd like some rope, seeing as we didn't have got rid of all
Yes.
the rest.
We all need rope.
All has a 75% levy increase over PHB.
How many of them poison bolts did I get?
What was it, like 5 did I say?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to create a poison bolt damage thing.
I think we're going to get disrupted reasonably soon. So rope as an example costs hempen rope or silk rope.
Hempen.
Hempen is 1 gold and 75 silver. Is it one? Did we say 1 silver to or 100 silver to a gold? I can never remember.
It's 10 silver to a gold.
Okay, so 1 gold, 70 silver, 5 copper.
Then I guess that's what we're paying.
1 gold, 7 silver, 5 copper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll buy some rope.
Yeah, add it to inventory, like.
I will.
Hey.
Hey, let's see. Where is it?
Yeah,
Rope.
he is in a giddy mood. I can just hear.
Mhm.
Okay.
How many rations do you reckon we'll need per day? Well, how many days rather?
What? Couple? Just in case it takes us a while to get there. Presumably we can restock at the Goblin Market.
I wouldn't presume that. Depending on how welcome we are.
What sort of market is this?
It's a market run by goblins.
Well, do they like gold?
Yes, but they tend to dislike humans.
Well, I don't have to look like a human.
Tiki
But I
Bobs and
shift
Grillpot.
into hobgoblin.
Tiki Bobs and Grillpot haven't really been particularly bothered about you being human. Not human.
No, but their best friend's a human though.
Aldred, not everyone's a racist like you.
Why do we need to be human?
Yeah,
You'll be fine.
yeah, Aldred,
Yeah, as the
you
one
humanist.
of the only 2 humans in the party.
Yeah.
I currently
Um,
look like a hobgoblin. I've just changed my face.
How much do rations cost?
Well, rations you can pick up like dirt cheap, but it's like really
Yep.
bad, like dried mushroom. Do you know like porcini mushrooms before you soak them?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's like vegetable jerky.
Yeah.
I'll take some of those.
I'm gonna take 10 days.
I'll do 10 days. How much is that? Paul, did I get 150 gold from the fighting pits?
Yeah, why not?
Thank you. I couldn't change it last time because I was using the iPad. So how much am I spending on 10 days worth of rations?
No, so it's like 20 silver.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you say it was a gold each for hemp and rope?
1 gold, 7 silver, 5 copper.
1 gold 75, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't look like these things are dropping into my inventory. Where are they? Oh, there's the rations.
There's equipment.
Is there a way to add an effect to a weapon?
What do you mean, like you just have to increase
Well,
the
I've
damage?
got poison bolts that put them to sleep. I just don't know if I can add would it be incapacitated condition?
Be sleep, won't it?
Unconscious. There's an unconscious condition.
I don't know how to add it there.
If you tell me that you want to apply that condition, then you should be able to just add it as an
There is a way of doing it.
I can add it on the combat tracker as an effect. So if you say that you're going to do that and it fails, then we'll just do it manually. There possibly is a way to force it to make a save and such like. Here we go.
How do we get water?
You probably have a water flask, but I'm thinking of buying extras.
You can get as much water as you like from the hanging mask. They've got potable water.
Lovely.
Excuse me.
Can I also buy a grappling hook, please?
Yeah, go for it.
Good shout.
Pay whatever.
They're
you have
2
to pay.
gold
So
normally.
that would be 3.4.
Yep,
3.5 actually, if I did the maths.
that's fine.
Do I need to buy a bedroll?
If you want the bedroll, then yeah.
What we're
Just
looking
buy
at
like an
here-
adventurer's kit.
Yes.
Yeah, that might be a better. What does that include?
How much of a ration? I've got 5.
Lamps, locks, manacles, mess kit.
So like a Dungeoneer's pack, which includes a backpack, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 batons, 10 torches, a tinderbox, 10 days of rations, and a water skin. 50 feet of hempen rope strapped to the side of it costs
12 gold
18
pieces.
and 20.
So 20.
20 gold.
Mhm.
Right,
Okay.
I'll have bought one of them instead of my
Yeah.
just my hempen rope then, but I'm still buying my grappling hook.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 24 gold.
A priest pack includes a backpack, a blanket, 10 candles, a tinderbox, an alms box, 2 blocks of incense, a censer, vestments, 2 days of rations, and water skin. The pack also has a choir boy strapped to the side of it.
I'll have 2 of those.
Yeah.
No, I'll get one of those. I'll get a priest's pack.
Yep. The entertainer's pack includes a backpack, a bedroll, 2 costumes, 5 candles, 5 days of rations, a water skin, a disguise kit, and a free ticket to 3 strings. term gig.
Ooh.
The Diplomat's Pack is a chest, 2 cases for maps and scrolls, set of fine clothes, bottle of ink, pen, lamp, flask of oil, sheets of paper, vial of perfume, seal and wax, soap, and a book of How Not to Do Things for Diplomacy by Donald Trump.
Is that like 20 gold off?
Yeah, that's it. He pays you. Okay, you're all kitted up. Right, so what's your standard marching order in Undermountain?
I don't have a bedroll. I'll sort that.
Who's a tank these days?
These days.
Me. And I can also see the furthest, probably me at the front.
So Iggy at the front.
Hilariously, when I then get a -1 on initiative, you'll all want to swarm around me.
I want to be behind Iggy then, because I want to be quick to get to.
Yep.
I want to be in the
And
middle.
My I'm walking with my glaive summoned because I can have it
Yeah.
as long as it's with me, it doesn't vanish. But it means I
I'll
don't
go
have
at
to lose an action.
I'll go at the back, although I probably have the highest perception.
So, do you want to go fourth? Zerelda last? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Okay, so on the morning, or what you think is the morning, because you kind of don't really know. Oh, by the way, who's like a night owl?
Me.
Sorry, what?
So Zerelda, you're a night owl.
Fenn's a bit of a night owl.
Fenn, Ode.
I don't know, like I'd have been used to living underground, so I won't really have a concept of night
He's not
owl
as much of a
thingy.
night owl. He spends a lot of the day sleeping.
Yeah, it just depends on what's got to be done.
Yeah.
Okay, it's more of a day sloth than a night owl.
Yeah.
Understand. Okay, and you head off into Undermountain. Ooh, Undermountain does whatever Undermountain does. Does it under? Yes, it does, because it's Undermountain. I don't fucking know. That might get edited out. Yeah. Okay. So these the caverns, as you're kind of like walking through, and you get to one of the corners of Skullport, and there's a very small cleft that you kind of file through, and it's natural. It's a natural rock cave. It's not work stone or anything along those lines. Aldred, you'll need to use your dark vision wands. You kind of cast that on you, and it's really kind of strange. Even though you've been in Skullport for 3 months, it's kind of like you're like in this globe of light that's got a really hard edge, and you kind of, as you're moving forward, things come in and out of vision. For everybody apart from Ignatius, it is in glorious monochrome. Iggy, you can see it in kind of colour as you would do normally, but you've got this very kind of hard edge as well. 120 feet in this kind of terrain is quite a distance because the rock kind of is moving around and going up and down, and you kind of lose any sense of direction and a fair sense of time as well. As you kind of wending and winding, there's no great opportunity to stand and stretch properly. It is a very kind of claustrophobic area for you. It doesn't really open out particularly for you to kind of gather as a group in any way, and you kind of get a little bit tired of just seeing the kind of backside of the person kind of in front of you. As you kind of like, and then you have to squeeze part, and a couple of times you have to take your packs off to kind of like, you can't get through the kind of like gap and such like. Aldred goes as his dark vision wears off after kind of 8 hours of kind of like trekking through. He like fumbles around. Everybody else laughs at him as he tries to get the wand out and gets the incantation going. So you've been traveling for slightly over 8 hours, and then it does widen out into a kind of a bigger area, and you're kind of slightly bored and slightly tired, frankly. But there we have it. So let's see, where do you guys spill out? Okay.
Oh, by the way, have you put a short rest on us? Because I think I've still not got all my hit die back.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm missing some.
Oh, okay. So let's just give you
Yeah.
guys a long. Let's give you, in fact, a long rest, not a short rest.
That's it.
Hey.
Yeah,
Cheers.
I'm back to 5 now.
Okay.
I like the fact we're already thinking about the need for hit die.
Oh, tiny bit of map.
And let's.
Oh, you've got a bit of map now.
Oh,
Ooh.
I ain't got no map.
I've got some icons at the top.
Same.
I don't have
Martin,
any.
what's your AC on a good day? Or in a good
Well.
moment?
So I've got shield prepared and I've got mage armor. I decided I wasn't going to take a chance on the spell pool. So I've got mage armor ready. Right now it's at 12, but with mage armor it's 15, and then with shield and mage armor it's 20.
Okay, so you have better AC than the bard. Okay, cool.
Well, not right now. Not right now.
I've got 13, so my
I've got
armor's for shit.
15.
Oh, looks
So,
like I'm
I'll
still
do
the
on the
tank
13
thing.
club.
Oh, I've got
What's
a bit
the
of a-
Oh, hello.
Is there much other
Okay.
noise other than us as we're traveling for that 8 hours?
Not really.
It's a long trek, 8 hours after we've been cooped up in Skullport.
Is it
Yeah.
just the sound of Ode farting?
Yeah.
I'm just
So
always getting cranky by now.
any noise or any signs of other creatures being about Aldred will cast mage armor on himself.
Okay.
What?
So you cast it
Anybody
immediately and you
got
walk
more
because there's the
beads?
other creatures of the rest of the group. Oh, you mean, oh yeah, then the group. Okay, fair enough.
Other than the group.
Did you
Okay.
do it reactively when your dart vision dropped and you got scared?
A mouse goes by. Oh, shield.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just.
So
an
who's got a
action.
passive perception of 13 or greater?
Mine
Me.
will be.
I don't think mine will be.
No.
What's it tell
My
us?
perception is +8, so I assume it's high.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it must be.
So, Fenn, you can hear some voices. Do you talk in Undercommon? Do you speak Undercommon?
Not fluently, no.
Okay. You're talking in
I
a
know
language.
the occasional swear word.
I can read a bit of it, but I can't speak it.
Can I hear
Speak
the?
jive.
What's your wisdom, Zerelda?
Oh, my wisdom is +4, but my
Yeah.
passive perception's
I'll do it.
14.
Yeah, so 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Zerelda, do you speak Undercommon?
I do speak Undercommon.
Yeah, okay. So you can hear a collection of voices, all with very different accents, quite defined. You think that there's possibly about 5. They're kind of like echoing down the tunnel. Asrock's lost control. He's no longer a force. He's just given up ground to the drow. We don't need to follow him. We don't need to at all. Then a little voice comes up with, I don't think so. Well, but is Xanathar going to look after us then? Yeah, Xanathar's guild is where it's at. It's the only place worthy of creatures of our stature. Oi, Potzel, put him down. Put him down. You hear a poof sound. This is all in Undercommon. But Asrock's lost the faith of Maglubiet. It's not Maglubiet, it's Maglubier. What are you, some kind of surface dweller? It's Maglubiet, it's an oddity. It's not, it's pronounced Maglubier. Open this up, they have one of those little ticks on the end. Like, fuck it is. And then they kind of like stop as you see coming into view. Essentially a group of 5. There is a goblin, 2 hobgoblins and a bugbear. All bearing arms and kind of all kind of slightly surprised to see you. Goblins in the front.
I was going to say, I didn't want to interrupt you though. When Zerelda heard them, did she stop anyone? And
Well, I would have done, but I'm right at the back, so I don't know whether you'd have almost walked into them first.
They've kind of like
Bus
walked
stop
into
is the
you.
question.
I heard them, so we could just kind of maybe try to just let them go past. They might not. Just like stand at the window, wave them through.
They stop immediately and kind of like. I'm assuming that one of you guys maybe told the rest of the party, but anyway, they're kind of like sniffing. Look, and the goblin points at you, Fenn. There's an half-human. It's talking in undercommon. Yeah. I can smell something that smells like an elf, but it's one of them foreign talking elves. Human elves. This figure barges through, pushing the bugbear back. Looks at you, Iggy. You're probably standing taller than it with this huge glaive. And it kind of like pries himself up and says, "We're protected by the Xanathar's Guild. We're members of that. You don't want to be messing with us. Anyone who messes with us will be done for."
Is he speaking common or undercommon still?
Speaking undercommon.
That's absolutely fine. We don't want any trouble here. We'll be right on our way.
What?
Oh, I say that in undercommon.
Yeah. He turns back to the other one. Did you understand him? The other one says, "I think so, but it was all a little bit posh." I think he said we were all right. He wasn't going to mess with us. Well, that's sensible, isn't it?
I give a nod.
So we like kind of stand to the side and like just wave them past. Then it's like, yeah.
Do we want to ask him if they know the way to the market?
I was just about to say that. I was like, yes, you don't happen to know.
Goblin looks up and says, "My mama told me never to trust anyone with a moustache or a beard like that." Shut it, you. Shut it, Gribbleshank.
You don't happen to know the way to the goblin market, do you?
You speak posh, don't you? The hobgoblin. This kind of one steps forward and says, "Well, hello. I speaking in the posh. Could you please refrain from talking so much in the posh because my compadres do not speak the posh."
Would it help if they spoke to me instead?
He looks at you. He's like, "Oh, okay."
I'll move forward towards them.
Yeah.
Now, would you, mighty fine, gentle beings, please tell us where the market is? We're just down here doing our business. I'm sure you're doing yours, and we don't need to discuss this any further. But if you could help, that would see us mighty grateful to you.
Well, there's a market in Azroc's domain. But do you mean the bigger market?
The goblin market. I'll say to Zerelda.
Yes, the goblin market. Is that closer than this big one that you talk about?
Oh, the goblin market is a big one. That's on level 2. That's upwards. Oof. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I'll tell you what then, if you don't mess with us, we'll give you directions, alright?
That would be very kind of you. We will accept your gracious offer.
Alright, so you want to continue down here, and you're gonna get processed through Azrock anyway, but it'll be all right if you're like, you know, all right with them, they'll be all right with you, and then is it east or west? I can never remember. I don't fucking know. You want to go right to your right, and then like there's like a part of the ceiling's falling in, right? You need to go through there, and then you probably want to go to your right, to your left. Which one's left? Oh, look, your left hand. No, your other left. Oh, right, yeah. Down left, and then like along a bit. Why don't they just go to the river? Well, it's nowhere near fucking river, is it? Oh, it is. It's easier to go river. It might be a bit longer, but it's easier. Oh, I don't. Right. I'm fucking confused now. Was I saying left or right?
Boys, you've been very helpful. I'm sure we can work it out from the information that you have given us. Now, you say this is Azrok's market?
Oh, there's some provisions at Azrok, so you're gonna. This is Azrok's domain, innit? I mean, but you just said it was not really powerful. Well, just shut it, Dribbleshank.
So, if we bump into any of these Azrok's folk, you wouldn't want us to let them know that we've seen you based on the conversation that I heard you have. Is that correct?
Well, fucking told you. We'd prefer it if you didn't like.
Now, what might that be worth to you?
Oh, we're Xanathars. You don't want to mess with us. I'll give you
Zerelda, let's just leave it.
good talking to. The goblin's like tugging at the hobgoblin's shirt. It's like, shut it, stop it. No, it's tugging at it. Stop it. Tugging at it. Oh, Gribbleshank, what is it? Can you ask the posh one how you pronounce Mugbly, eh? No, well, the posh one on now. No, we're not asking. It's Mugliette. Everybody knows it's Mugliette. Well, the posh one would know, wouldn't I? Because he'd be speaking it proper, wouldn't he? Oh, I know that. Oi, you. And he pointed at you, Aldred.
Oh.
Goblinoid, god of war, big chief, rends heads off his enemies and eats their innards. How would you say his name?
The first thing that comes to mind is Mugliette.
See, Maglubiette. Big guy, I don't know where the fucking hell you're from. Probably Crimeans. Goblin like stares daggers at you, Aldred. Traitor to your class. And you kind of
cast mage armor at that.
Yeah.
Well, no. The thing was, I was gonna if Zerelda stopped the group. Didn't, so I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, they start to kind of like come past you. You move out, and they kind of like head further on.
Hey guys, did you hear what they were saying? Well,
I didn't understand a word of what they all just said.
apparently this Azrok guy, he just gave a load of ground to the drow. That's very interesting, wouldn't you say?
I thought they were meant to be fighting each of them, so...
Who is
I'm just
Azrok?
thinking it's worth knowing.
He's the hobgoblin on this level. Big chief guy. Pertag told us about him.
And he's pissing off Xanathar's guild then.
No, I think the drow are encroaching into his territory. I wonder if it's the drow that have got your black powder road.
Probably worth investigating. Why not?
It feels like we're on the right path now.
And did they give you directions to the market?
Not good
I'm
ones.
sure Aldred will remember those.
Keep going then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So do you, Iggy, do you want to kind of like take us forward?
Yep.
Back in a sec.
Why has Fenn got 2 stars beside his health bar?
He's unconscious.
Oh, is he?
Fenny's sleepwalking still. Was that with playing with the effects?
I suspect that's using his poison darts.
Fenn, did you shoot yourself with the sleep bolt?
No, I was
You were unconscious for a while.
What's that? Oh yeah, I keep pressing. I was trying to figure out how to add it to the bolts. I don't have much success.
It's the fact you knocked yourself out.
Yeah, I caught it on the end of my finger. I was like, ugh.
Didn't want to do that. Keep forgetting to do that. So as you kind of like come through the corridor, if you want to move yourself to the squares that you got visibility of.
Go, Iggy, go.
Are you trying to move stealthily, or are you
Not particularly.
Not
I'm
at the
just
moment.
walking. If those chuckleheads got through without any problems, I'm not that bothered.
Yeah.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
that's not after what am I after? That okay.
Yeah, I imagine after 8 hours trekking and not coming across very much, like we won't have much sense of foreboding. So I imagine we'd just, even if we were sneaking and we begin with, we kind of you'd let up by that point, wouldn't you? You'd just be like,
Yeah, you
kind of
couldn't
intruder.
maintain like tension for that long.
nah.
Yeah. It's very, very difficult. Okay. So you see a kind of like a large cavern, natural cavern. It's got spread through it. It's about 20 foot high, the cave, and there are 5 hobgoblins standing watch in the middle of it.
Well, we're not trying to be particularly stealthy, so.
Yeah, I'll have probably turned around and gone, does one of you want to go talk to them? Because there's not a lot I can say.
No, me either.
Zerelda, do you want to take this? They don't seem to understand me.
I'll walk up with you, Zerelda. I know you.
Should I disguise myself? Do you think?
Just do what you did with the
Nah.
other ones. Use your charm.
Okay. Come on then, Ignatius. You can metaphorically hold my hand.
I think we'll all
I
just.
put out an arm.
I think you should hold
Halt.
her hand.
Halt! Who goes there into Azrok's domain? One of them steps forward and says in Undercommon.
Well, howdy to you, you gentlemen.
Okay,
I'm
step-
assuming they're all men.
It's hard for you to tell, but there are some that have got more feminine shape there. They've kind of got sharp teeth that come down. The one that's kind of stepped forward has got a slightly more red, flat nose than the rest. They're all wearing reasonable quality armour, and it's all in kind of a deep purple trim around it. And they have the kind of symbol of Azrok, which is a can't remember.
Google time.
Well, I'll just have a look at the notes. It's a symbol anyway. I'll find it later. Okay, no, I just found it.
Is it
Okay,
a big A?
it's a bloody handprint instead of a hollow red triangle.
Okay.
What's your name and intentions?
My name is Barbara, and this is my friend Arthur, and some other of my companions. We were here looking for the market. We've come to trade. We have gold. We've come to spend it with you.
Right, so
Build that.
you'll need to declare yourself and receive papers. This is Azrok's domain. Now, stop. Wait. There's some shriekers in here.
I beg your pardon?
There's some shriekers in this area. It points to kind of set of conical fungi basically. If you go too close to them, then they're not that large. If you go too close to them, they'll scream their lungs out, their little lungs out.
Well, thank you for the warning.
What are the rest of your names?
Is this all in Undercommon?
Yeah.
I may need to
Okay, so you
translate
didn't
for
start
some of our
right.
companions.
I-
Bear
I'm-
with me one moment. He
I'm
wants to know your names.
I'm gonna go with John Calder again. The useless fisherman.
John, step forward. This is John.
Thank you, Barbara.
I am Grumsh.
Grumsh.
Grumsh, they say. That's a powerful name.
It's an orcish name.
It's a powerful name.
It's orcish. Fenn is orcish.
Just ish.
Yeah.
Grumsh, he likes your name.
Everyone likes my name.
And you're here to trade at Azrox.
That is correct.
Okay. You. And two of them hobgoblins step forward. Escort them, show them the way to Azrox. Make sure they get processed properly. These two hobgoblins kind of walk over, kind of march over, really. Pull. Follow.
He wants us to follow.
Oh, okay.
We'll do that then in our normal marching order.
Yep.
Okay.
Should I go up the front as the
Yeah, probably. As a spokesman. Spokslady.
Person.
Absolutely ridiculous. Actually, my charisma's not as bad as I. Oh no, my charisma's bad.
I'm charismatic as fuck, but I can't understand a word they're saying.
I'm not at all.
Aldred's got a 14, if I remember right.
Okay, so you're led through into another smaller cave. Through this, you kind of like try to dodge around the shriekers, but inevitably some light. No, not so much light, but inevitably kind of like one of you goes and there's a piercing scream kind of echoes through. I told you to keep it quiet. And then you're kind of taken through, and if you all kind of come to the edge of these buildings here, which I've just revealed.
Building.
Buildings.
Just about to appear after the wiggly bit.
Yeah, so there's another kind of like corridor heads up north. You can kind of cast your eyes to, but the hobgoblins kind of march you through there. And this is essentially, so imagine a much larger cavern, and you can immediately sense and see, Iggy, that this is dwarven built. There's rubble kind of come down. A lot of these buildings that you kind of encountered don't really have roofs of any nature, and it's kind of if you think about Osgiliath and the Lord of the Rings films, where it's kind of like pretty solid, but a lot of it's kind of tumbled down or it's broken through war or what have you. It looks like the movement of Undermountain has caused quite a lot of stone debris to come banging down. There's a sense of anxiety kind of hangs over it as you're walking through the streets, and it's a mixture of hobgoblins and bugbears and goblins that are kind of there. The goblins getting the shitty end of the stick from the bugbears, which in turn aren't that kind of popular with the hobgoblins. There are narrow streets that you kind of go through, and they're strewn with trash and filth, and there's harmless rats scurrying around everywhere. It's really quite kind of maze. The cavern is 30 foot high, but the walls of the buildings only go up to 10 foot high. So you are taken through to a big building towards the top. which is not that one. It is this one here. No, hold on. Let's see. Right, okay. So you're taken all the way down through here. And people stop and stare at you as you kind of like the patrol takes you down, wending around and through to this big door here. So if you all want to stick yourselves into this room.
This one.
Yep. And in here there are 6 goblins, all kind of in a row of desks, really kind of makeshift desks, and they've got ink quills on them, and there's dog-eared ledgers and such like in shelving behind them. There are glowing oil lanterns that hang above each desk that are anchored to the ceiling, and this place does have a ceiling. There's an oldish hobgoblin who's got cracked half-moon spectacles. He sits behind a stone lectern and he looks down at you. Well, don't go and line up behind the clerks, he says in Undercommon.
We all look at Zerelda.
He wants us to line up behind. Did he say the clocks?
The clerks.
The clock. He wants us to line up behind the clocks. I'm guessing that's these over here.
Yeah, and you kind of like line up behind one of the desks. Now, all visitors to Azrok's Hold are required to carry identification papers at all times. These goblins are going to interview you, and they will fill out the papers. So they're going to ask you some questions. Now, you need to answer honestly. Maglubiet will know if you are being dishonourable. One of the goblins says, "It's fucking Maglubiet. I don't know these whole goblins learn. Oh, no, I've none of that heresy." Now, once you're registered and you've got your identification papers, then we'll process you through to Azrok, where you will need to pay fealty to our great warlord.
Can I just ask you one thing? My companion, they don't speak the same tongue. Would I be able to act as a translator for them?
He switches to normal common and says, we can talk in the base language if you want. It's all a little bit vulgar, but for foreigners like yourselves, we can manage that."
That would be fabulous.
No, we're not so heathen here that we don't speak the surface language.
Zerelda does look a bit disappointed, though.
But he says, "Why, aye, man, we can speak the surface tongue like."
He's Welsh.
He could have been anything. Okay, so and you kind of line up behind the in front of the desk. So one of them looks at you, Zerelda, one of the goblins. He pulls out a scratch of paper, gets his kind of ink, dips it in, and you see there's a little box there, and he scrawls and draws a picture. Draws a picture of you.
That is a mighty fine talent you have there.
Is he drawing a picture of you?
Yeah, onto the
Pink.
I can really see the the likeness.
Here, pet. We can use this to tell you if you're being honest. Now where am I? I need to stop scrolling. Right. Name.
Barbara.
Babs. Race.
I am half elf, half human.
Half stinking elf. Age?
I am 26 years old.
Ancient.
Watch yourself.
Eye colour?
Green.
Green, envious. Eyes. Skills?
Many.
None worthy of note.
Nice.
I just make some tremors in the ground with my thaumaturgy.
Oh, shivering. Home city?
Silvery moon.
Silvery moon.
But that was a long time ago.
Long time ago. Right, there's your identity. There's your papers.
Why, thank you, darling.
Babs.
Or show it again. I didn't see it.
Next to you, Ode. Name.
Oh,
Draws a
Ode.
picture. Draws a picture.
Oh.
Name.
Hold on, I didn't catch it. Hang on. Hold it up one more time. Nice.
Name.
Ode.
He didn't use his superhero name.
Ode. Not
Just
spelled.
Ode. Like share.
That's
It's
like-
spelled OWED.
No,
Ode like that.
We spelled it like toad and just crossed the T off.
Yeah.
Todd.
Age.
100.
What?
100.
Hey.
Anyone know where I can find a bin for this spitting tobacco?
They point it across. One of the he just points at his like the next goblin along who's into you and he
I spit it in that direction.
goes in his ear. Clark comes over, clips one of them, the manager. Very ancient. Race.
Half elf on my mother's side.
Oh.
Half elf with mother.
Well, isn't that interesting? It's on my daddy's side.
Height. Bigger.
I don't know.
Eye colour.
Blue.
Ooh, blue. Eyed. Boy.
Boy.
That's what my
skills.
mama called me.
Skills.
Playing loot. Tuning loot.
Not
Finding loot.
as good
Nice.
as 3 strings. He's so fine.
Lying.
He's
Cheating.
so fine.
Debauchery.
He
thieving,
blows our mind.
Blackmail.
And then all the goblins together go 3 strings. 3 strings. Okay, that's cool. That's good.
Thunderwave.
That's your. He hands you across your card.
He's really building 3 strings up to be the next boss, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
One looks at you again.
Yes.
At this point, Owen's still reading the flight. Bank robbery, extortion.
I think that's enough.
Robbed from the rich, gave to the poor.
Okay, there's no stopping him.
He's drawing a picture. Name.
Iggy.
Iggy.
Using his real name.
Race.
Human.
Ooh,
Who man?
huge man.
Yes, he is a huge man.
I wish I'd thought of that. Age,
20.
ancient. Height, fuck. He's tall. Eye colour, ginger, I assume.
They
Skills.
flare red.
Green.
Brackets undead when under pressure.
They're black normally.
Skills.
I'm a smith.
Useful. We've got a smith, governor. Useful. Useful. Manager says. He comes over and he stars your card. Don't murder this one.
Oh, go on, try.
And home city.
Mithril Hall.
Oh, there's some good books written about that. Oh yeah, it's nice this time of year. Yeah. Right. The one looks at you, Aldred.
John Calder.
Oh, thank God.
They don't know who we are.
I made a point of saying. Oh, I haven't made a point of saying yet, but he doesn't wear his signet ring anymore, for obvious reasons.
That's because one of Fenn or Ode stole it probably a long time and pawned it off.
That's another thing I'm adding to my resume.
Yeah.
Petty theft.
Where's John now?
Hello, pawning.
Love the beard.
Name.
John Calder.
Posh. Spice.
Race. Human.
Lord. Age.
25.
Ancient. Height. Just moved his arms wide. Moved arms wide. Eye colour, gold. Skills,
I'm
ordering about like all posh folk.
Oh, he knows you well.
Home city,
Waterdeep.
the ceiling. He hands you across the papers.
Posh Spice.
And then lastly, the one that's talking to you, Fenn. Just picture view.
Just not gonna see him.
Name
Grumsh Hobson.
Grumsh. Who? Same as Orc God. Is it 'cause he is God? Or just a wanker?
He's not the Messiah!
He's a very naughty half-elf. Oh, that screwed me. No, race.
Mix. Mostly orc. A little bit of hobgoblin.
Mongrel.
Bit of human.
Not mongrel man. Different thing.
Doobie and Zerelda kind of look at each other like that's the first time we've heard it.
Height.
6 foot.
Tall. Eye colour.
Green.
Dark. Skills.
I'm an alchemist.
Hiding. Stealing. Alcoholic. Home city.
Waterdeep.
Water deep.
It's like he looked right into his soul.
I figured they just watch Twitch, so they've seen it already.
Yeah.
He hands you your identity papers.
Mongrel.
I'll post them out to you boys so you've got them for future reference. And as soon as this is like the last one, the Hobgoblin, the manager, gets a lectern out, gets a bell from behind his rectum and just rings it, bing a bing a bing a bing a bing, and then a couple of bugbears come out, big burly, at least as tall as Ignatius, kind of. In fact, they look like that.
Oh,
Nice. Normal sized folk then.
Yeah. Right, you need to come and pay deference to Warlord Azok.
Okay.
And you are escorted again.
Oh.
Lost the Ben.
oh, doesn't want to.
Yeah, he doesn't like authority.
Any authority figure.
Yeah, he's got off fantasy grounds as well. Internet must have gone.
There he is.
Come on, Ode. We know you got an issue with authority, but come along.
We escort you through to
This is a big map.
this building here.
With a little armchair in the corner.
Okay.
Whoa, that's a far way off in my map.
Control and scroll wheel brings you out.
Yeah. What, in the north side? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, I just snapped to there somehow, but that's okay.
Yeah, he snaps us all to there.
And as you're kind of like walking through, you kind of see there's a goblin child eating a dead rat. There's a group of about 4 goblins with shovels digging through some of the rubble. There's a couple of bugbears sneer at you. I bet that one pronounces it manoublier. As you kind of go through, it's basically like visiting the north, frankly. let's face it. And then, do not want to do that. And then you're shown into a sizable room. Okay, so let's go through this. It clearly, Iggy housed a dwarven smithy, and the decor suggests as much. There's soot kind of around the ceiling. There's with the throne room that Azrock sits upon, he has his feet just kind of like rested on an iron anvil. He's got his hand on the pommel of a greatsword, and the throne that he sits on is bleached skulls. So it's just kind of like skulls stacked together, all just bleached white. Iggy, you're clearly the only person who can tell that because there is no other sources of light. He's got a helm that covers most of his face and it darkens his eyes. You can only see glints of kind of light coming through there. And beside him, a little bit Grima Wormtongue-like, is a female hobgoblin. Herself, though, she's wearing armour and she's got a sizable greatsword kind of strapped across her back as well. There are 2 bugbears, big and bulky even for their breed, that flank the throne room. And there are 4 hobgoblins, 6 goblins gathered kind of around and about. And then just gnawing on humanoid bones, just by the door that you've been shown in through, there are 2 huge wolves, massive creatures, kind of equivalent of horse size. The huge wag at the start of Game of Thrones season 1 that got killed by the stag, that kind of size. They're just gnawing on clearly humanoid bones in that corner there. And
I'm wearing my wolf out.
Yeah. They kind of look at you and they go, "My sister Marjorie."
Yeah.
They kind of like,
I eye them up, think to myself, and turn to Fenn and say, "Ah, shit, bigger than them."
Yeah, we wish you'd stop using the toilets at the hanging. Do it at the pub.
Oh, but did you see that one? Oh, that was messy.
And you're taken through to kind of like stand in front of him. The throne is raised, so he's above you all. He's got a deep purple nose and it's flat to his face, and his fangs are topped and kind of like filed down with metal. It looks like behind kind of the neck and the hands, it's got scars from war. And he kind of leans forward. And you can see there's a pendant on a cord around his neck, which has got a severed human finger, reasonably freshly cut. And there's a platinum signet ring, just like the one that Aldred, not you can't tell the symbol on it from where you are, but like the one that he's got in a similar vein around that. And the bugbears push you forward and kind of like start to press on you to kneel.
I'm not kneeling.
I'll kneel.
Aldred kneels. Fenn, do you kneel?
Yeah, I know.
Kneel. Iggy?
Nope.
Okay. Ode?
Nope.
Zerelda?
I'll kneel.
You're in the
Of course you
presence of Warlord Azrock, one of the bugbears says to you in common. Get yourself down on your knees.
Just cross your legs. Just cross your legs.
Yeah, we're like trying to pull them down.
Just kneel and hover about an inch above the ground so you don't actually kneel.
I will pay you to
What are you
kneel.
doing, guys?
I respond. I say, no. I do not dishonor him by kneeling with him. I honor his strength by staying upstanding.
Make a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage.
Oh, look at that.
I can't because I've got bits in front.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
Oh yeah, I didn't move my tower.
Right, did you get advantage on the roll? Oh, you actually have
you've
good
got a
charisma, though.
persuasion. Yeah.
I carried mine.
Okay. So one of the bugbears kind of like comes across to kind of like push you down. As well says, hold. You can tell by the weapon he wields. He's a warrior. He's taken many souls to Maglubiet. It's a fucking how many fucking more times? I'll let him stand. And he kind of looks at you, Ode, and says, "You look like a ponce." Where you sat,
I'm with him.
but you're not as good as him. Get yourself knelt.
Nope.
The bugbear comes and pushes you down. Are you going to resist?
I
Yep.
swear to
Okay,
God.
let's have an opposed strength check then.
As he's doing that, can I turn to the bugbear and have the glaive, the glyphs on it start to glow and light up as I stare at the bugbear
Yeah, okay.
and say, "Do not touch my friends."
I'm gonna give Zerelda a look like, oh god, here we go.
Okay,
Why didn't he just sing him a song?
So you're stronger than bugbear. You're able to resist as he's kind of like pushing on you. Make me an intimidation check, Iggy.
Oof.
Okay. Back away. He clearly is in the favour of Maglubiet. Did you not see the runes? And the kind of female behind kind of leans forward and whispers. Yes. What is your business here?
We seek to find the goblin market.
I kind of gesture over. We could also potentially do with some extra gear to get there.
You tell me your purpose. You seek to gain advantage from me. And he spits. You don't even wear a warrior's weapon. And the female kind of like whispers. But you may have other powers. Yes. The wise is the general who harnesses all capabilities. Everybody make me insight checks.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Insight.
Oh, I actually have proficiency in that.
Well, quite good.
So did I.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so
Great last words.
Fenn, Iggy, Zerelda. You notice as he kind of like turned in the direction of Aldred and kind of like spat into the ground, it was in the direction of Aldred. It wasn't kind of like how you would normally turn and look at somebody in the face. It was kind of like towards the sound of the voice. So,
And I'm oblivious.
rather than it was kind of like, right, look, I'm talking to you. And the spit is, again, in that approximation rather than anything else. The Goblin Market, the one above us,
Yeah.
you'll need to get through Drow territory.
Not a problem.
An enemy of the Drow is a friend of Azrock. What is your name, warrior?
Ignatius Karok.
Well, Iggy, if the rest of these that you surround yourself have your testes, not actually your testes, but it's figurative.
Yeah, I spread them round. They're that big. They help me carry.
Cojones.
Then we can have a good future together. You do need to owe and pay me fealty within my domain. I am the Warlord, and I expect you to respect my rules. How say you, Ignatius Karok of the huge testes?
I say I will.
How say you, brother standing companion?
Why not?
How say you, pink hair?
It's Barbara. Sure. Marijuana.
How say you, half human? And he's pointing at you, Fenn.
We'll pay fealty.
How say you?
I assume that's not me. I just go, aye.
And again, for those of you that kind of passed your insight checks, that was all very general in terms of the direction that it was kind of like looking. It's clearly it's facing each of you, but it was towards your bodies rather than at your eyes.
Mm.
You have the freedom of the hold. You carry your identification papers.
We do.
The hobgoblin behind us, I will escort them to the guest quarters. They have gained Azrock's favour with their bravery and their strength.
Can I roll an insight check again?
Yeah, why not? What were you trying to establish?
Is he an illusion?
Master of magic spells and illusions. Could you do it into the tower for me, please?
All right.
Hopefully better than the last one.
You don't think so?
Okay.
Okay. And you're essentially dismissed and escorted out. One of the bugbears that kind of took you kind of will show you to the area where
As we're showing out, is it pretty dead quiet apart from us?
Yeah, it's all. There are people around and about, but it's very, very subdued.
Because I want to whisper to Fenn, although no, whisper to Ignatius because I'm probably standing next to him. Loud enough for him to hear, but I'm pretending like it's. I don't intend for him to hear it. So I reckon I could beat him in a spitting contest.
He's
Roll intimidation on that as well.
it doesn't look like he's biting.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of turned his manner to something else. And you take a very short distance, to kind of. Don't want to move that. Want to just to this room here, which I'm just moving you to.
Cool.
Could someone bring the map? Paul, could you bring that map back up for me? When I dropped, I lost the map.
Yeah, okay.
Thank
share
you.
That. And I'll
Thank
just
you.
sync client view as well. So you're now over here. So this is a set of kind of like that's great. Cheers. It's identical to that chamber there, which is, I would assume, this one. Yeah. There's no lock on the door. There's bedroom furniture here, very basic, kind of a wooden cot, straw mattress, flimsy blankets, kind of baskets rather than chests for any goods, for up to 8 guests. And you're kind of shown there, and essentially you're told, right, this is how it works. You can go around Azroc's hold. If you hit one of the borders, you can kind of head out there, show your papers to get back in. Don't do anything against Azroc, all right? There's some provisions you can kind of get access to, yeah, but you have to pay good coin like everybody else, and well, that's it. Do anything counter to Azroc's instructions, harm any of Azroc's citizens, any of his people, any of the guards, and you'll be back in the throne room. And I can tell you then you'll be made to sit. Let me tell you, if it takes just ripping your arse out to get you do it.
I just grin at him.
And he grins back, shows you his kind of like pincers. His
my eyes flash red then in response.
Undead. It says that, right? It says undead, right? Hands your identification back. If any of the Hobgoblin captains or anybody wearing Azroc's sigil challenges you, then you need to show your identification papers, alright?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. There you are. What I'll do is I'll kind of reveal the kind of most of the area that you kind of have pretty free reign over.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
How long's it been, do we think? Obviously, it was like 8 odd hours of trekking around.
So it's probably you're feeling weary, you're feeling hungry. That was a little bit of an adrenaline kind of like driving situation there.
Spend the night. Have or explore tomorrow.
Do we need to
For a
set
way
watch, or do you think they're all fine here?
I would watch, just in case.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't like the way they look at Aldred.
Well, he is awful pretty. Yeah, we need to make him look less posh.
Cover him in shit.
Prestidigitation to mess him up a bit.
Please don't.
No, not bad. Just a slight soiling.
A slight sign.
Aldred smells a really eggy fart.
Oh, rude.
Okay.
I'll
Grumsh.
tide you back up when we get somewhere else.
Grumsh,
Yes, Babs?
do you want to do a bit of exploring before we bunker down?
Can
Single
do.
eyebrow raised.
Single, yeah. Exploring. I am up for a wander.
Watch yourselves.
Watch yourself, sweet cheeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we? So, where should we head to?
I like how Zerelda's always laid on the side.
I don't understand that.
Actually, yeah. If anything, it should be.
She's just ready for action.
There you go.
So could we just sort of have an explorer of the rooms around us? Do you think?
What
All buildings, aren't they, around us?
if you kind of imagine that it is it's basically a town. It's a town within a big chasm. So some of these buildings will kind of potentially be homes. Some of them will be private premises. Some of them will be shops or what have you. So yeah, it's entirely fine for you to kind of just go for a wander. You've got your identification papers. You were given the freedom of the hold.
Okay. So I think I'll just check out the buildings in the top half, just wandering around the streets. Maybe the odd look. Would there be windows on any of these buildings? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, within a decent amount of time of them leave, cast light, start reading, and just be like to Iggy, they're gonna be casing places, aren't they?
Most likely.
Pretty much. That's
As long as they keep their hands to themselves, at least until we're making our way out. Because we all know the first person that they look for when something goes missing is the one who's new in. And my intimidation can only go.
Okay, yep. So who's going with
I'll go with Zerelda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want in?
I'm game if everyone else is.
Oh well, I don't know about these two, but
These two chumps.
It's all right. Just remember, when you get caught, get on your knees. It might get you out of it.
I'm just off for a wander, Iggy. Stretching my legs.
I don't know what you mean. As she pulls her hood up.
like this Batman?
Some of us had to kneel, Iggy. It's bad on your calves. We need to stretch it out.
Puts their black and white stripy t-shirt on.
Backmark swag.
I'll have that.
You put on your mask, off mask.
And then a mask over it to hide the mask of mask. And then walks into a wall.
And before I forget, just for precautions, Ode, and I just use Blessing of the Trickster on Ode, just because I feel like...
Swag bag.
Why did you just touch me?
Sometimes it's nice just to feel closer to my kin.
Single eyebrow raised.
So blessing the trickster. Okay.
It just gives him advantage on
stealth.
Yeah.
Trickster, the main.
I ain't got my spurs off.
Sorry?
But I ain't wearing spurs.
Okay. So where are you going then, guys? Okay.
I think I'm just following Zerelda kind of half-heartedly, just like, I'm not out aiming to steal anything. I'm just kind of like tagging along in a bit of a half.
You should look for escape routes.
I can't even say I'm being particularly stealthy.
No,
I'm not going out of my way to make a big noise, but
I'm just more interested in the hobgoblins than anything, so I'm kind of just like looking around.
Okay, well, do you want to show me where on the map where you're kind of wandering?
I think the south area. That's probably the bit that we haven't really been through. So south of the passage where we came into this area.
Yep.
Just checking out what's around there. So, having a look at the buildings, but then also there's some paths out down there by the looks of it. So maybe just having a look at those. Before heading back, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I gave them about a minute after they stepped out, and then I cast
You cast
what?
invisibility and followed them.
Aldred's just like left on his own.
You're not leaving me here. And I cast my invisibility as well.
Oh no! You two are going to ruin this. We're going to be like just doing something perfectly innocent. And you'll both jump out and be like, stop stealing. And we'll be like,
Look, I was happy to just sit around until I
we're
got
helping
banned.
some old woman up, and you're like, stop mugging her. We're like, "We're helping her up.
You'll be like going and grabbing some bags, and they'll be like, "No,
I've
don't steal
seen-
them. I was just carrying them for her."
I've seen how your two's plans go, and Zerelda's got all handsy with other stuff recently. So yeah, I'm got invisible and I'm following.
Oh, how could you abandon me? I've got to go invisible and follow you now. Well, follow
But
the
he's
group
invisible,
now.
so I don't know how you're
Yeah.
following him.
You're not going to see him.
I'll have to follow the group then.
Okay, I'll talk about chucking all your eggs into one basket. Okay.
Never split the party.
Fair. Okay, so Zerelda, I'll take control of your token. So you come out of the door. Can I have a look? The building in front of you looks pretty solid. A couple of a hobgoblin. One of the taller ones, slightly flatter, more red nose, kind of like goes in. And as you close the door, you can see just quickly that it looks like it's some kind of barracks in there. Not especially large. Then you kind of come down this street. There's a door there. There's no particular great sign on it if you want to go in.
No going in.
Okay. Okay, do you wanna move where you wanna go?
Yeah,
Iggy and Aldred, make me perception checks, please.
Oh, okay.
I want to move here. And I'm interested in these small buildings. Is there any characteristics about these that make them stand
there's
out?
no great characteristics about any of them, if I'm entirely honest, that makes you stand out. Aldred, so as you're sneaking out, going, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of looking all the ways, you see that the hobgoblin who was kind of whispering into the ear of Azrock, the female hobgoblin, is making her way fairly confidently. She's just come around the corner of the building immediately below yours, and is kind of making a beeline towards your quarters.
Okay. I will not get in her way, and I can't let anyone. Well, I could let people know. Yeah, I'll catch up to the group, without making too much noise, hopefully, and let them know what I just saw.
You hear Aldred's voice in your ear, taunting you with his presence.
What you stay behind?
I
So
did.
Iggy, you kind of see everybody like, what the fuck's going on here?
I did until Iggy left the room, but then I relayed the information.
And what's she doing? Did you watch her?
No, I didn't want to get mixed up with her. She's the second most powerful person here.
Well, she might have just taken a shining to Iggy for all we know.
You guys are just talking to the air. The
Yeah.
goblins kind of like gathered around, like looking at you.
Have I cut up an ear in this by now?
Oh, if you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop and just follow.
Well, if you're why do you go back and look and see what she's doing?
I'm going to drop invisibility and go back.
Iggy materializes a few yards away from you, turns around, starts to move back.
What is wrong with y'all?
It's like you haven't got ants in your pants.
I don't think they trust us, Zerelda.
Well,
Okay, so Iggy, you're kind of like, let's see, so you're kind of like there. Let's say Aldred, you're down there. Yeah, cool. Cheers. Ode, you're like down there as well. Okay. And you're kind of like back there. And as you get to this point, Iggy, you see the back of her kind of as she's walking back towards this room.
Well, away from us.
Yeah.
I call out and go, were you looking for someone?
She stops on the edge of the corner, spins around, points. You and your companions. You weren't in your quarters, so I assume that you're going to go in refreshments.
We were just
And she kind of
having an
closes the
explore.
gap, so she's kind of coming in close. So she's in the square next to you.
Okay, we just fancied a wander before bed.
She shrugs. As is your desire. I, however, wish to talk to you.
Should we go inside?
All of you.
Yeah, I can relay anything to them.
You did strike me as the leader of the group.
I'd not go that far. I'd not want that responsibility, shall we say.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm just going to tag along with the group so I don't die.
I feel like Aldred materializing has like killed the sneaky aspect of this thing now. So I'm kind of we're kind of just like loping around like teenagers around IKEA now. Just like,
Why do you think I was quite happy to head?
The thing is, you see now, that's exactly how the O's been taking this the entire time. Just like hands in his pockets, kicking dirt around.
From session 1.
Do you think we should see if Iggy's okay?
I'm gonna I'm just gonna head back. Like as soon as they go around the corner, I'm just gonna go a different way and just walk back on my own.
Okay, so Fenn, you're
It
going,
is
like,
teenagers out round and about.
Yeah. Fuck. Like Aldred's like some kind of like, what is he, like some kind of old person kind of cracking your Fern? Is he like the school mentor?
Yeah.
That was we call it school monitor or something. The inkwell monitor.
Yeah.
The hall monitor.
Yeah, hall
Yeah.
monitor.
He's that one from the In-Betweeners who wears a blazer.
Yeah, Will. Definitely is.
He's a wand wanker.
Yeah.
John Ode, would you escort a lady to her bed for the night?
Both of them.
As you're walking up this,
I don't take up to sexual offers.
street, listening to what passes for banter in Asrock's hold behind you, Fenn, you see a really strange sight. There is a kind of old woman, kind of really arched back, kind of scraggly black hair. She's kind of hitched up her skirts with kind of one hand, and they're just murky, kind of muddy skirts. And the other, she's got a little basket. You can see kind of like twitching coming from the basket. And it looks like there's 3 or 4 rats kind of there, covered in a kind of little bit of a metal cage kind of thing. The strangest thing that mostly attracts your attention is 2 eye stalks kind of like coming out from where her eyes should be, and her mouth is about twice as large as it should be. And as she turns and she grins, you can see it's filled with sharp pointed teeth like a piranha, and gathered around her there's this slippery translucent grey pinkish cloak. And the eyeballs turns, and the other one kind of comes around.
How far away from me is she?
It's just like about 10 feet.
Is there any hobgoblins around?
Not that you can
Or
see
she
from
kind
where
of,
you
is she
are.
kind? I kind of just like eye her cautiously and like maybe approach her slowly.
Okay, you approach her.
Yeah.
She's kind of like, these eyes move independently of each other, and they're kind of like snakes, kind of like, and they kind of like look at you.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Are you guys, yeah, okay, so let's just say that you went through and you kind of see this now behind. She's like there. There, you can't
Does
see
she-
where my mask cursor is.
She kind of reminds me a bit of Tass, so I'm just kind of stood there just looking at her.
I'm going to use the night hag token. She is not a night hag.
You're not that lucky.
She's a water hag.
There you hag.
A slug hag.
Okay.
And then she kind of, one of the rats kind of tries to make a jump for it, and really dexterously she grabs this thing and just turns its head. And she kind of like gets its mouth, and she kind of like uses it as a ventriloquist, and she goes, "Hello."
Hello.
And then her eyes kind of like coming around. This is very strange. Peter's not seen anything like this in a little while. And then the kind of like rat bites the thing, ow, like that, and it kind of runs off. And then a green ray, shoots out from her other eye, zaps it, and this rat's just paralyzed.
Nice trick.
And she kind of reaches down, she just grabs it and just and puts it into her basket. Wow, interesting. And she starts to move off. There, just turns her back on you, and then from around the corner, kind of shuffles a drow, undead zombie drow. And it just follows her around there. And part of its face is just decomposing off, and it's kind of like going, spider brains. And she kind of like starts to kind of hustle off.
I'll just look at a party who I assume approach this point and just like shrug and like, I don't know what that was about. Do you think we should follow her? Do you think she's local?
She's a local nutter for local people.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave the barracks to begin with.
No, I asked you to leave,
Go back to
Aldred.
the barracks. Go back
John?
to the barracks then.
John.
Snippy.
Okay.
I'm going to start following her a bit. Oh, I'm going to follow her to as far as there. No, not like follow intently, just like one, because I'm wandering that way anyway, just kind of keeping an eye on.
Hold you when you're at a distance.
Yeah.
Okay. She is heading along. You following?
Yeah, I'll follow to about there.
Are you guys following Fenn?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'll follow with Fenn.
What are you doing, Aldred?
I'm sticking with the group that I know exists because I have no idea where Ignatius went. Like, literally no clue.
Yeah, okay. She's kind
What the
of
hell
like
is going on?
moves up.
I'm going to shout her to stop when I get to there.
Oh,
She stops. She turns around.
By
Are you following me?
chance, do you sell any poisons?
Poisons? Poisons me? An innocent old woman? And then, like a big wide mouth. I don't sell it. I don't truck with poisons. I animate zombies.
You remind me of someone, that's all.
Oh, well. You don't remind me of anyone, so ha!
Ryan's mother.
Look, I just need something
turns
powerful.
Oh. What do you need that's powerful then, dearie?
Poisons.
Oh, okay. Yes. She turns her back and she's now moving, and the zombies following her.
That was a lost cause.
You lose her, she kind of like goes up, unless the rest of you guys are planning on carrying on.
I guess we'll go back to. We should probably go back to the barracks.
I kind of nudge Ode. I was like, that's poison sale I've ever seen.
That was the worst attempt to get drugs I've ever seen.
You got drugs?
This is like Fenn at his first festival. Oh, yeah, there's drugs everywhere. Right, you got drugs.
But I'm trying to converse in a place I don't understand the language, so it's quite difficult.
Yeah. Okay, so whilst they're off chasing the locals, we need to get to here.
Ignatius.
So get to.
I think by the time it is that we start getting back, my beans have gone cold.
Beans.
That's you from.
His testes.
She says Ignatius. Ignatius. She says Ignatius. She says she's a proper hobgoblin woman. She says, I am Lucana. I'm Azroc's wife.
Ooh, nice to meet you.
A single eyebrow raised.
We were impressed. We were impressed with your style. Proper warrior weapon, that. But you don't have the warrior's armour. That weapon's something.
I'd be interested in the armor if you know where it is.
Well, more can be said, I guess. But in any case, Azrock and I have decided that you and your group are exactly the favours that we needed. Now, as you know, we are a bulwark against the drow. And if the invading drow and the Xanathar Guild conquer Strongholdor, which is this place, they'll become immensely powerful. Now, the Legion of Azrock was never once threatened Waterdeep, but the drow of the guild might leap at just a chance to do that. My husband, Azrock, had a dagger. It's really very important to us. It's a magic dagger. And without that dagger, well, his hold on the Legion is going to be difficult. It's going to slip, and sure as night follows night down here, the drow and Xanathar's guild are probably going to move in and crush us. Now we know that the dagger was stolen by some Durgar of Clan Iron Eye, and I think they're hiding in Skullport.
Okay.
Will you accept this quest given by the rightful wife of the Warlord here to go and retrieve that dagger?
Yes. I've got some friends who like to steal things from people. I'm sure we could arrange it.
Well, I suggest then that you maybe first protocol is to speak with Xanathar's ambassador to Strongholdor, see if he knows anything. I don't want the ambassador arming, because that would not end well for us. Just see if he knows anything more. Now, hobgoblins, we are a people of honour, so I can pay you 1,000 gold pieces.
Sounds reasonable.
For return that dagger.
I will definitely take you up on that offer.
Aye, okay. Well, I'm sure that your word binds your group as much as it does you, just as Azrock's word binds his legion. And she bows slight and then heads off.
Can I have asked her what does the dagger look like?
Good question. It doesn't actually mention it in here, so it's a dagger. It's got a double-edged blade, and it's got a blue sapphire in the pommel, and it's got some inscriptions at the top of the blade. So I'll know if you just make any old dagger and make it look nice. If those inscriptions aren't right, then it's not the right one.
Once upon a time, maybe. Not so much anymore.
Aye. Okay. Oh, now I'll be gone. Just in time to meet the rest of the companions.
I imagine if this is an animated series, it'll cut to a bit where O's just walk along and this dagger swinging from his from his belt. I'm like, oh, Ode, where'd you get that dagger? Oh, I stole it from some Durgar in
Skullport. Yeah. When the Kickstarter comes through for the animated series, that might well happen.
Yeah.
In this reality,
Picked it off a dead guy's body.
Yeah.
And you guys, Aldred's at the back, and Aldred's trying to do that. Does that scene in Red Dwarf where is it Rimmer?
Aldred is definitely Rimmer.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he's
I was trying to set the centre
Aldred Rimmer.
We were like that. And she kind of like does to you, and kind of walks past. You guys file past.
Oh no. But Aldred, you're paranoid. Walk in.
Yeah. Iggy's
What's
there.
the crack? What's the crack then, Iggy?
Retrieve a stolen blade in Waterdeep. Get $1,000.
Skullport, she said.
Skullport, sorry. Yeah.
What's the importance of this dagger?
Magic, apparently.
Did she say what?
Can I just buy another dagger for $1,000?
Apparently not.
Yeah. You did haggle the price, didn't you?
Oh yeah, she offered me 200 to start.
Oh, right, good.
I think we're gonna have to use Ignatius on all that negotiation.
I know.
I am pretty good at it.
You've done well with that.
Well, I figured it's something to pass the time when we get back to Skullport, and it might be a chance for you, Zerelda. You seem to want to be having itchy fingers these days.
So do we need to the person who's got it or steal it?
Nope, just retrieve.
Okay.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
So we can.
No, I presume it's optional.
She did also mention about the ambassador from Xanathan's Guild.
She advised we go have a word with the ambassador from Xanathar's Guild, see if we knew what the crack was to start off.
So we're stealing from the guild?
No.
Okay.
Just see if he knew what was happening.
Yeah, so remember that the guild runs Skullport, so essentially that's the ambassador from Skullport.
Okay. Well, we can do that when we get back.
That's what I figured. It's always handy to have a little job in the back pocket. And I don't think it'd hurt to get him on side either. Might mean you don't have to kneel next time.
Tell him what we saw in the streets.
Some crazy old woman wouldn't sell me drugs.
What kind of drugs?
Classic.
Poisons.
Yeah.
I've got a god to slay. I need something good.
Are they susceptible to poisons?
I want to test that theory.
As he says he's got a god to slay, does my glaive react?
It twitches.
In any way?
Yeah, it twitches a little.
We'll have to look into that options.
Okay. So, what, you staying now that your inquisitive fires have been quenched?
I never had any to begin with. Didn't want to die.
It's all right. You did just had a nice chat with her.
Okay. So, what, you bunker down, get some rest?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the night passes. Your period of rest passes. As you kind of like stirring in the morning, breaking your fast and kind of whatnot, there's a banging at the door, sharp tap 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 tap.
Someone gonna get that?
Oh, don't make me.
Aldred, get the door.
Aldred's never got the door in his life.
I know. I wouldn't know.
It's a new experience for.
He puts his hands behind his head. Ow.
He's still waiting for Fenn to dress him.
Pinch his sock.
I'll mage hand the door open.
Mage on the door. I'll be at the door.
Okay.
Uh-oh, he's putting on a mask.
As you open the door, you're greeted by a mind flayer. Stands there tall, erect, and you're here in your
Tall
minds.
and erect.
Tall and erect. You can be tall and not erect. No, honestly, no. I mean, kind of like just a few glasses of wine and not feeling that up for it.
That's never been my experience, but
What, the tall part?
Shots fired.
I am Ulquest, ambassador from Xanathar. I understand that you wish to speak with me, which
That
will happen
was-
next session.
Quick.
That
Nice.
was quick.
what was his name,
26
please?
minutes past 10.
Ulquest.
Ulquest.
Wow.
I've written down a reminder to talk to the thing, and then he shows up anyway.
Mm.
I'm gonna spell that Ulquess.
That would be exactly how the book spells it.
Is it?
Mm.
I generally just spell everything phonetic.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Correct. My notes keep getting auto-corrected Aldred to Alfred, so
I know. It's the
that is
worst,
your
right?
proper
No.
name now.
It's Arnold Rimmer now.
Yeah. Rimmer.
He's Arnold Rimmer.
Okay. And when he becomes 20th level and removes you from existence using a wish spell, then we have revenge. It took me 15 levels of being called Arnold Rimmer before I decided to go new.
And then he'll probably do that thing where it rolls and fails. You can't.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
yeah,
Oda
cool.
definitely be cat.
Dwayne Dibley!
Who's Crichton then?
I think that's
Oh,
Fenn.
God.
I think that's Fenn. And I think that makes
Really?
Zerelda the computer.
Holly.
Yeah.
Fenn would be Lister.
Possibly.
Yes,
Yeah.
filthy, stinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's 10:30 now. By my clock, so that's a good couple of hours. That's a normal midweek session.
Yeah.
So you're in Undermountain. Despite my
We're
protestations,
not dead.
I think could kill you. it is, yeah. Into Azrok's kind of like lay. You got that to explore. You've got quite a substantial chunk of the level to kind of explore. So it's kind of very much kind of up to you what you want to do. Now you still got all your bits and pieces to kind of be getting on with. What day are we on? We're on the 25th. So it would be what, the 9th of July?
Yep.
Can
Yeah, I
everybody
think that's-
do the 9th of July? I say that, but I've got a feeling the 9th.
I'm pretty sure I can. I don't see why I
I
can't.
don't see why I can't.
I think so.
Probably quite a good day.
Ooh, for some reason that's resonating with me. Let me check my work diary.
Calendar, 9th of July.
Yeah, the only thing I've got on the 9th of July is D&D. So that works.
I hope it's not a clash. That's with a different group.
Awkward. Sorry, guys.
We're having a streaming party where we watch the latest stream of the Waterdeep game.
You keep asking me why I keep vanishing. Look.
You just say, I'm playing Ignatius in this other game.
Ignatius. Ignatius the Korok from Breath of the Wild. Okay. So I hope you enjoy that, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fun.
that's good.
Different session. Yeah, getting in
Too
there
many
with
mind
some-
flayers.
Getting in there with some hobgoblins, some northern. It is definitely very northern up there.
The Yorkshire Hobgoblin.
And I guess Martin, good luck for your exam on Thursday. Have I got that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's career future defining. Harry if you fail or anything.
He's got a farm to fall back on.
Well, he's trying to be a pharmacist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he can't fall back on
Assisting
his
at the farm.
if it's not what his pharmacy.
He's just a farm unassist.
Okay. Does that pay as well, or maybe not?
It's just
all?
it's just a hindrance round the farm rather than assisting round.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, cool. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
I
Yep.
hope that goes well. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks for your time, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Oh,
pal.
thank you for watching, everybody. Everybody who watches. Right, let's stop streaming and.